The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. c4 builds a strong center by controlling the important d5 square and creates a square for the knight to come to c3 without blocking the c-pawn. e6 opens up a line for the dark-squared bishop and prepares to castle quickly. Knight f3 develops toward the center, putting pressure on the e5 square and adding another defender to the d4 pawn. c5 attacks the d4 pawn, asking white if they will allow the exchange on d4 or if they will push the d4 pawn to d5. d5 takes space in the center and controls the e6 and c6 squares. This is an equal trade. Takes back. Solid. Continuing with standard opening theory. White develops the knight and attacks the center. This develops the bishop and gives it scope on the long diagonal. This adds pressure by pinning a knight. This overlooks an opportunity to create a pawn chain. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This threatens to pin a knight to the king. This is the strongest option. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. The opening development is progressing well. This overlooks an opportunity to develop a knight off its starting square. This is the only good move. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. Both kings are castled and ready for the middle game. This overlooks an opportunity to kick a bishop. This misses an opportunity to prepare a retreat square for the king. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades. This misses a better way to add a defender to a vulnerable pawn. This permits the opponent to kick a bishop. This misses an opportunity to kick a bishop. This permits the opponent to kick a knight. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Recaptures. This kicks a knight. This moves the knight to safety. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. Right on target. That pawn capture will win material after all trades are complete. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This misses a better way to defend a pawn that was under attack. Advancing the pawns in front of the king can compromise the king's safety. This move puts the knight on a safer square. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This allows the knight to control more squares. The bishop is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. Black's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This overlooks an opportunity to add a defender to a vulnerable knight. White was better off, but now their position is winning. This creates luft for the king, providing it an escape square. One of the best moves. White has a backward pawn, which can be a weakness. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a pawn that was threatening to win material. This is the only good move. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. Moving the rook gives black more flexibility in the middle game. This is not the right idea. Applying pressure to white's pawn chain. This threatens to capture a bishop and win material after the follow-up trades. This forces the opponent to isolate a pawn. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. This creates a weak isolated pawn. This is the only good move. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This misses an opportunity to take an open file with a rook. This is an equal trade. Takes back. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a knight that was threatening to win material. This permits the opponent to eventually win material. This overlooks an opportunity to capture a knight that was threatening. This permits the opponent to eventually win material. This overlooks an opportunity to win material through a tactic. This wins material. This permits the opponent to eventually... This overlooks an opportunity to win material through attack. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This prevents the opponent from being able to tactically recaptures. Very precise. The rook was sacrificed. A stunning takes back. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawn. Taking that pawn wins material after the follow-up takes back. This makes a passed pawn. This overlooks an opportunity to win a pawn through an eventual fork. This is the strongest option.